Hey guys, Lolly Handtrap here. You know that one guy named, I don't know, YG Pasano, the one market watch YouTuber who basically has a market watch YouTube channel? The one guy who causes subscribers paisanos? Well, him and his mods and I are hosting a charity tournament on November 28th to the 29th with $1,000 worth of prizing, as proceeds will go to No Kids Hungry, a national campaign ran by Share Our Strength, a non-profit working organization to solve problems of hunger and poverty in the United States and around the world. To enter the tournament, join the official YGO Pasano Discord down below in the description, where all information will be on the server as well. But if you only wish to donate because you don't really want to remote duel and stuff and just want to be nice, well, guess what? If you donate, you'll still be entered into a giveaway where you can win ultimate rares, play mats, or whatever shenanigans that they give at YCS's, remote duel invitationals, and whatever. So that link will be down below for the donation code as well, blah blah blah. But yeah, but anyways, on to the video. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone wherever you are in the world. I'm your host, Lolly Hatcham. Today, we have a Zoodiac Dogmatika deck profile, which is kind of different from usual, but basically, here you go. So anyways, we'll get right into it. So this is basically the same thing that I showed last week, where basically you just go start off one wrap here, two Rams, three Duro Blades, three Whiptails. So basically that's your Zoodiac engine, basically a typical Zoodiac core. The one thing is for sure, I want to bump up the Ram count to 3 just to see how it goes, because mostly you want to discard the Ram off Duro Blade, or you want to start off with the normal summon Ram, go into Trident, and then go into your Dogmatika engine. Because basically right now the current format is basically a negate an imperm heavy hand trap deck because of triple tactics. So basically just normal summon the Ram, go into it, and then basically Ram gives your Xyz monsters the effect to negate traps if it targets that monster. So basically your Chakana can just detach the Ram to negate it. Or the Hammer Kong, which is the usual. But anyways, next up is your Dogmatika engine, your 3 Ecclesia, and your 2 Flare de Lis. So basically, again, I kind of want, people have been suggesting, why don't you play Maximus? Well, the reason why is because I'm not playing Maximus, because if you're not playing the Shaddoll engine, you don't need to play Maximus. And honestly, 2 Flare de Lis is fine, maybe you can play 3, but who knows. Next up is your hand traps. So basically this deck is a hand trap.deck. Again, we don't play the Shaddoll engine because 1, the Shaddoll engine is quite slow, and 2, you're basically gambling, because the thing is, the only time you'll play the Shaddoll engine is if you win the die roll, aka you go first. So anyways, the hand trap is more a prevalent thing. So anyways, 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, 3 Veeler, 3 Nibiru, and lastly 3 Gamma and 1 Driver. So basically, that's basically it. This deck's pretty good. The thing is, with the 2 Ogre, you hit the Romulus. The Gamma, you hit the Romulus again. Nibiru, you hit after Link Cross Resolution, just so you know, for those who don't know the timing. Next up are your search cards, aka your spells and traps. Anyways, 1 Barrage, 3 Tanky. So Tanky searches a Beast War monster, and then Barrage basically targets itself, destroys itself, and special summons a Zoodiac monster. Keep in mind that Rap here does not trigger on special summon, it only triggers on a normal summon, so do not think about going Rat Barrage or Barrage Rat, So yeah, anyways, next up are your Dogmatika searchers, aka the nearest servants. You basically pitch the Entis or the Titanic Clad to add. Next up are your draw cards, 2 Desires and 2 Pot of Avarice. So basically Pot of Avarice recycles your graveyard, which is pretty useful in terms of a grind game or the mirror. And Pot of Desires is just for you to dig in. The people say, why don't you play 3? If you play Desires, you must play 3. No, you don't. Desires is mostly meant in this deck to help you dig into the deck, not to draw, or you don't already start with Desires. Desires is mostly for the late game, recovery games, recursion. Anyways, next up is the 1 Monster Reborn. So Monster Reborn is just basically reborn. Next up is the 2 Punishment, and lastly 2 Imperm. Punishment targets and destroys, and Imperm negates from hand, and it dodges the triple tactics talents. But the one thing is, maybe you want to play 3 because of the tactics talents format, but you know, might as well. Anyways, on to the extra deck, which is kind of something that people have been wondering as well, because you know, this is post-Phantom Rage. The main deck, it looks the same. What about the extra deck? Well, you start off with 1 Titanic Cloud, which is the norm, 1 Intis, which is the norm, 1 Omega. Well, I'm just gonna rephrase that. Intis is not the norm. The reason why I play one Intis is because I only have one Intis. Next up is your Omega, which recycles your extra deck cards or your deck cards, in case you've such as a scenario where you banish one Dogmatika punishment from the desires. You have one in grave. You have a cliche in hand, and you have Omega. You basically punishment your opponent's grave monsters or whatever. Send the Omega. Omega shuffles back to the punishment, special Ecclesia, or normal Ecclesia to add back to punishment. But yeah, pretty much. Next up is your basically Zoodiac engine, extra deck for basically 2 Chakanines, 2 Mortar, 1 Hammer Kong, 1 Borbo, 1 Trident, and lastly the newest card from Phantom Rage, 1 Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus, Sky Thunder. Basically detach 2 materials, basically you just go the normal thing, attack with Borbo, go into Zeus, detach 2 materials, and basically blow up your opponent's board. But one thing is you want to use this on your opponent's turn, not your turn, which is quite dumb. But the reason why is because this card is pretty vulnerable to Vec Feeler if you use it during your turn, so it'll be dumb. Nextly is your Post-PHRA engine. The reason why I play this against again, instead of playing this Shaddoll engine, you play this instead. The reason why is due to the fact the late game grind and also how Shaddoll is a pretty much big gamble. You will see this more likely than the Shaddoll engine if you lose the die roll. And you will lose the die roll more than if you win the die roll, so stop thinking that you will win the die roll. Anyways, lastly is your 1 Mega Clubs, because it's pretty obvious if you're playing Xyz deck, you play the Mega Clubs. But anyways, lastly, we're going to go to the side deck, which, again, this deck has won me 3 locals in a row. And one thing is, don't proxy, never proxy, you guys. So basically, I'm just proxying just to show you guys like what you should have. So yeah. Anyways, next up is your 3 Droll Lockbirds, 2 Lancias. The reason why you play 2 Lancias is because the side deck's really tight. The Droll Lockbirds mostly for the mirror matches as well. Because this deck, if it gets Droll, you lose basically. But yeah, anyways. Next up is the 3 Dark Ruler no more. Honestly, I think that you should main this in this current format, because the chance again die roll. Next up, Forbidden Droplets, absolutely decide these maybe. Dark Ruler, mainly main them. 1 Pinkertops because of the pop for the Mystic Mine or the, Cosmic Cyclone. Fairy Duster for back row heavy decks. And lastly, 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Again, like I said, whenever I'm playing in a tournament, I always take out the proxy, just replace it with a Mystic Mine, not Mystic Mine, a MST. But unusual, always play 3 Cosmic Cyclone instead of 2 Cosmic, 1 MST. But anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. If anything, I guess leave a like or whatever, that usual shenanigans. But yeah, this is the deck. I'm pretty tired, honestly. I don't want to play this deck anymore. I want to play Orcust. I want to go back to playing Orcust. But yeah, that's the deck. Anyways, guys, till the next. Bye.